Hello everyone, our topic today is pricing products and services. As we look at Vizio, and there's an article in your text, Vizio is the largest US-based TV maker. In 2002, William Wang co-founded Vizio after seeing an ad for a $10,000 flat panel HD TV set. He believed he could market affordable HD TVs to average consumers. Vizio HD TV sets are sold through mass merchandisers such as Costco, Walmart, Sam's Club, Best Buy, and Target, Amazon, and other authorized online dealers as well. To make affordable where vision meets value HD TVs, Vizio uses contract manufacturers instead of investing in its own facilities. They also use specialists in the US to handle product development and marketing. Consumers want to save money without sacrificing quality or technology, according to Vizio. So Vizio has sold more than 50 million smart TVs, making it a market leader in North America. And they're frequently ranked highest in customer satisfaction with HD TVs by J.D. Power and Associates. So the price paid for products and services goes by many names: tuition, rent, interest, premiums, fees, dues, fare, salary, commission, wage, and sometimes a price. Pricing decisions involve carefully assessing consumer demand, revenues, fixed costs, and variable costs before setting a final price. Price is unique among all marketing and operations factors. It's the place where all other business decisions come together. Customers must be willing to pay it, and offerings price must generate enough sales dollars to develop, produce, and market it, while earning a profit for the company. Small changes in price can affect both the number of units sold and profit. So what is a price? A price is the money or other considerations, including other products and services, exchanged for the ownership or use of a product or a service. Barter is the practice of exchanging products and services for other products and services rather than for money. It accounts for billions of dollars annually in domestic and international trade. It's also known as countertrade. The price equation is the amount paid for a product or service. It's not always the same as a list or quoted price because discounts, allowances, and extra fees lowers the effective price. It accounts for billions of dollars annually in domestic and international trade. Firms now use special fees and surcharges rather than a higher list price. This practice is driven by consumers' zeal for low prices and the ease of making price comparisons on the internet. Buyers are willing to pay extra fees at a higher list price, so sellers use add-on charges to have consumers pay more without raising the list price. This shows all the different factors that increase or decrease the price and put together in a price equation. So the final price is equal to the list price minus any incentives plus allowances plus extra fees. And these are key factors if you want to buy a, for example, 2019 Bugatti Chiron Sport, the world's fastest and most expensive open-top production car. So in calculating a final price, the final price would be equal to list price minus any allowances plus extra fees. Now, price is an indicator of value. Price is often used to indicate value when it's compared with the perceived benefits of a product or a service. Value is the ratio of perceived benefits to price. So value is equal to perceived benefits divided by the price. For a given price, as perceived benefits increase, value increases. Conversely, for a given price, as value decreases, perceived benefits decrease. Creative marketers engage in value pricing, which is the practice of simultaneously increasing product and service benefits while maintaining or decreasing price. For some products, price influences consumers' perception of overall quality and ultimately its value to them. In a survey of buyers, 84% agreed with the statement, "The higher the price, the higher the quality." Value involves a consumer's judgment by regarding the worth and desirability of a product or service relative to substitutes that satisfy the same need. As we look at price in the marketing mix, pricing has a direct effect on a firm's profits, whose profit equation is profit is equal to total revenue minus total cost. You could also look at profit being equal to unit price times quantity sold minus fixed costs plus variable cost. Quantity sold affects costs since the quality sold impacts a firm's costs due to efficiency of production. As we look at some common pricing approaches, a key to marketers setting a final price for a product is to find an approximate price level to use as a reasonable starting point. There are 4 common approaches to find this approximate price level. One is demand-oriented pricing approaches. Demand-oriented approaches weigh factors underlying expected customer tastes and preferences more heavily than factors such as cost, profit, and competition when selecting a price level. Skimming pricing involves setting the highest initial price that customers who really desire the product are willing to pay when introducing a new or innovative product. These customers are not very price sensitive. Customers weigh the new product's price and quality against the same characteristics of substitutes. As consumer demand is satisfied, the firm lowers the price to attract another, more price-sensitive segment. Skimming pricing gets its name from skimming successive layers of cream or customer segments as prices are lowered in a series of steps. Skimming pricing is an effective strategy when enough prospective customers are willing to buy the product at the high initial price to make these sales profitable. The high initial price will tend not to attract competitors. Lowering price has only a minor effect on increasing the sales volume and reducing the unit cost. Customers interpret the high price as signifying high quality. These conditions are most likely to exist when patents or copyrights protect the new product, and customers understand and value the product's uniqueness. Penetration pricing involves setting a low initial price on a new product to appeal immediately to the mass market, which is the opposite of skimming pricing. The conditions favoring penetration pricing are that many segments of the market are price sensitive. A low initial price discourages competitors from entering the market, and unit production and marketing costs fall dramatically as production volumes increase. A company using penetration pricing may maintain the initial price for a time to gain profit lost from its low introductory level, and lower the price further, counting on new volume to generate necessary profit. Penetration pricing may follow skimming pricing. A firm may initially price a product high in order to attract price-insensitive consumers and recoup initial R&D costs and introductory promotional expenses. Penetration pricing then is used to appeal to a broader segment of the population and increase market share. Prestige pricing, where consumers may use a price as a measure of the quality or prestige of an item so that as price is lowered beyond some point, demand for the item usually falls. Prestige pricing involves setting a price that's very high so that the quality or status-conscious consumers will be attracted to the product and buy it. If we look at our figure here, this is the demand curve. It slopes downward and to the right between points A and B. It turns back to the left between points B and C because demand is actually reduced between points B and C. From A to B, buyers see the lowering of price as a bargain and buy more. From B to C, consumers become unsure about the quality or prestige and buy less. A marketer's pricing strategy is to stay above price P, P sub 0, which is the initial price. Products with an element of prestige pricing in them may sell worse at lower prices than at higher ones, because buyers tend to associate a lower price with lower quality. Odd-even pricing involves setting prices a few dollars or cents under an even number. For example, $499.99 versus $500 is some evidence to suggest that demand increases if the price drops from $500 to $499.99. Tends to reduce its effect on demand when there's overuse of odd ending prices. Target pricing consists of estimating the price that ultimate consumers would be willing to pay for a product, working backward through markups taken by retailers and wholesalers to determine what price to charge wholesalers, and then deliberately adjusting the composition and features of the product to achieve the target price to consumers. Bundle pricing is the marketing of two or more products in a single package price. It's based on the idea that consumers value the package more than the individual items. Bundle pricing provides buyers with a lower total cost, and doesn't require them to make separate purchases, enhances satisfaction from one item given the presence of another, and provides sellers with lower marketing costs. Yield management pricing is the charging of different prices to maximize revenue for a set amount of capacity at any given time. It's used by services firms such like airlines, hotels, and car rental firms. They're engaged in capacity management and vary prices based on time, day, week, or season in order to match demand with supply. It's a complex approach that continually matches demand and supply to customize the price for a service. Cost-oriented pricing approaches is where the price is set by looking at the production and marketing costs, the supply side of the pricing problem, and then adding enough to cover direct expenses, overhead, and profit. Standard markup pricing involves adding a fixed percentage to the cost of all items in a specific product class. Retail store managers have such a large number of products that estimating the demand for each product as a means of setting price is impossible. This percentage markup varies depending on the type of retail store and on the product involved. High volume products usually have smaller markups than do low volume ones. These markups must cover all expenses of the store, pay for overhead costs, and contribute something to profits. Cost plus pricing involves summing the total unit cost of providing a product or service and adding a specific amount to the cost to arrive at a price. Cost plus pricing assumes two forms. Cost plus percentage of cost pricing, which involves adding a fixed percentage of the total unit cost, is often used to price one or few of a kind items. Cost plus fixed fee pricing, which is a supplier is reimbursed for all costs regardless of what they are, is allowed only a fixed fee as profit that's independent of the final cost of the project. Cost plus pricing is the most commonly used method to set prices for business products. It's used by business-to-business marketers in the service sector. Many advertising agencies now use this approach as well. The client agrees to pay the agency a fee based on the cost of its work. Profit-oriented pricing approaches where a marketer may choose to balance both revenues and costs to set price by either setting a target of a specific dollar volume of profit or expressing this target profit as a percentage of sales or investment. Target profit pricing involves setting an annual target of a specific dollar volume of profit. To calculate a target profit price for a picture frame store, go through and figure out what the various costs are, and then set a target price. For example, your target profit might be $7,000. Your fixed costs might be $26,000. Your variable cost per unit might be $22, and your quantity that you're selling might be 1,000. Target return on sales pricing involves setting a price to achieve a profit that's a specified percentage of the sales volume. This method is used due to the difficulty in establishing a benchmark of sales or investment to show how much of a firm's effort is needed to achieve the target. Target return on investment pricing involves setting a price to achieve an annual target return on investment. Some large publicly owned firms and public utilities use this method. Customary pricing involves setting a price that's dictated by tradition, a standardized channel of distribution, or other competitive factors. Example, candy bars offered through standard vending machines have a customary price of 75 cents to $1. A significant departure from this price may result in a loss of sales for the manufacturer. Above, at, or below market pricing involves setting a market price for a product or product class based on a subjective feel for the competitor's price or market price as a benchmark. For most products, it's difficult to identify a specific market price for a product or product class. Above market pricing sets a premium price for a product. At market pricing establishes a going market price in the minds of the competitors. Below market pricing sets a market price below the prices of nationally branded competitive products to promote a value image among buyers. Loss leader pricing involves deliberately selling a product below its customary price, not to increase sales, but instead to attract customers' attention and hope they will buy other products with large markups as well. So the demand curve is a graph that relates the quantity sold and price, showing the maximum number of units that will be sold at a given price. If we look at the charts here, the demand curve, shown as D_1, shows the demand for Red Baron frozen cheese pizza under existing conditions in 2013. Note that as price falls, more people decide to buy and unit sales increase. There are three other factors to consider when estimating demand: consumer tastes, price and availability of similar products, and consumer income. Consumer tastes include demographics, culture, and technology. Price and availability of similar products, the laws of demand apply to a firm's competitors as well. And consumer income, as real consumer income increases, allows for inflation, and demand for a product may also increase. So along with price, demand factors determine consumers' willingness and ability to pay for products and services. It's difficult to estimate demand for new products because consumer likes and dislikes are difficult to assess. As we look at movement along the demand curve, this occurs when the price is lowered and quantity demand increases. The demand curve, D_1, shows that as the price of Red Baron frozen cheese pizza is lowered from $8 to $6, the quantity sold increases from 2 million units to 3 million units per year. It does assume that other demand factors, consumer tastes, price and availability of substitutes, and consumer income remain unchanged. The diagram B shows a shift in the demand curve, and this occurs when some of the factors that affect the demand curve do change: an increase in advertising, more extensive distribution, or a rise in consumer incomes. And this means that more of a product class is wanted for a given price. The demand curve shifts to the right from D_1, the blue line, to D_2, the red line. The demand for all frozen cheese pizzas, including Red Baron frozen cheese pizza, increases. Now the initial demand curve, D_1, no longer represents frozen cheese pizza demand. Instead, a new curve, D_2, must be drawn. D_2, the red line, represents the new demand for Red Baron frozen cheese pizza, which is a shift to the right from D_1 to D_2. This increased demand means that more Red Baron frozen cheese pizzas are wanted for a given price. At a price of $6, the demand is 5 million units per year on D_2, rather than 3 million units per year on D_1. Price elasticity of demand. When the downsloping demand curve, marketing managers are interested in how sensitive consumer demand is. So price elasticity of demand measures the percentage change in quantity demanded relative to a percentage change in price. Price elasticity of demand, therefore, is equal to price percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. Because quantity demanded usually decreases as price increases, price elasticity of demand is usually a negative number. However, for simplicity and by convention, elasticity figures are shown as positive numbers. Price elasticity of demand assumes two forms discussed in your book: elastic demand and inelastic demand. Elastic demand exists when a 1% decrease in price produces more than a 1% increase in quantity demanded, increasing total revenue. So it results in a price elasticity that is greater than 1. So a product with elastic demand is one in which a slight decrease in price results in a relatively large increase in demand. The reverse is also true. With elastic demand, a slight increase in price results in a relatively large decrease in demand. Inelastic demand exists when a 1% decrease in price produces less than a 1% increase in quantity demanded, which decreases total revenue. It results in a price elasticity that is less than 1. Thus, a product with inelastic demand means that slight increases or decreases in price will not significantly affect the demand or units sold. The concern for marketers is that while lowering price will increase the quantity sold, revenues will actually fall. It's important that marketing managers recognize the price elasticity of demand is not the same over all possible prices of a product.